Yo, what's up, you guys? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 120, and the plot thickens. Now, don't say that lightly. Like, the plot thickens. I really like what Oda did for this one, man. And what I'm referring to is, so I was right. Mr. 3 has a devil fruit because Vivi calls him the guy with the wax fruit. So this was pretty interesting. You know, we got a bunch of different devil fruit users, and it's really gonna tell me how strong Usopp is, how strong Zoro is, how strong Sanji is, and how smart Nami is, because they are in a very, very, very precarious situation, and this can't be a situation where Luffy just outpunches the next guy. If that's the case, I might fuck around and drop One Piece. And I don't say that lightly because I could see Oda finding some other way to reach a resolution than Luffy just beat the fuck out of everybody. Oda's a much more talented writer than that. So this is gonna be, key for me just reading this. One Piece has crossed my 100 chapter threshold. If I made it 100 chapters, I'm in it for the long haul. Okay, so this is gonna be huge, man. But this chapter, when I say I thought that the plot thickened on this, was we see Mr. 3 actually use his wax in order to capture Brogy, okay? And the thing is that comes after he insults Brogy, because he's like, oh, you got the victory. Now you're excited, you're a simpleton. And that's when we see Brogy say, what could you understand as a human? And it really reminded me of what Dorry said to Luffy, that you humans have lived about 20 years. You have no idea what's going through my mind right now. And all this takes place after Dorry kills Brogy, okay? I mean, Brogy kills Dorry. This takes place after the fact. But the thing is we see the blood just raining all over the place. Like that was huge. But the reason I want to say raining all over the place is because we see Brogy walking away and he's crying. And I think that it's two things. I think that he's crying because I think as a man, his purpose for living, what is it now? What's his purpose now? Like, for the last 100 years, he had been fighting against Dorry. And they had formed a bond. Even though it was exchanging swords and fists and shields, they formed a bond. And that bond's been broken now. And so, as a man, that's the worst feeling to have, to not know what you stand for. To not be able to provide for your family and to not know what your purpose is as a man. Those are the worst feelings to have. And just to see, Brogy crying like that, I felt like that's what Oda was trying to do. And that's what I mean. It's the small things that he incorporates into these chapters that makes you really appreciate the writing. And I think that once Brogy figures out that Mr. 3 is behind all of this, he's going to be super pissed. Now, the other thing is we see, once again, Miss Vivi, she's creeping up my list of people that I like, okay? Because she's not playing the damsel in distress role. For the second time, she's been confronted by Mr. 5 and Miss Valentine. She's been confronted, and yet she's continuing to pull out her weapons in the fight. And Oda, and maybe this is me just reading a little too much into it, but I thought this was pretty interesting, This will tell you where my head's at right now. But this is after Mr. 5 shows up. But look at Vivi, okay? Like, she opens up her jacket and she's got her top on, and we've talked about how that's drawn, like the dress she's got, not the dress, the blouse, the top. But look how she's got her fingers. And she's pinching those little needles, but look at that. Like, that looks like, do I want to go there? Fuck it. That looks like it's a nipple, and look where it's coming out. Like, Oda, are you seriously doing this? This is some Hiro Mashima type of shit right here. Now, I don't mind it because, again, like, where is she going to keep those, like, weapons that she had? So, it's plausible. But at the same time, I'd expect that more from Hero than from Oda. So, it just is what it is. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's actually pretty funny to kind of see it. But, once again, we find out that Usopp, and I was right, Usopp, when pushed, is actually pretty brave. There's different types of bravery. There's a person that's going to be noble right from the jump, and it's the person when he's called to action is going to take up the call. And that's the thing. Usopp realizes, okay, Mr. Five's here. He's behind this. Let's go for it. And this is after Mr. Five says that he kidnapped Princess Vivi's duck and was trying to use the duck to lure them away from, or lure her away from Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats. And because Luffy's incapacitated, that's why they're going for the attack now. But the duck was being loyal. He was not going to let Vivi get put into any type of danger. And it really reminded me of the situation with the dog and, God, man, who was it? The Buggy the Clown arc, where the dog was standing in front of the shop that him and his master had together, and no matter what was happening, he stood there. And so just seeing that, it really reminded me of that. And I've said it before, you know, animals are very loyal if you do right by them, and we see it here. We see it here. So I really appreciated that. But Mr. Five, I thought he used his booger before. Now I know he used his booger. His booger is a projectile. And that's the fight I want to see. I want to see Usopp versus Mr. Five, because that could be a fight between two long range fighters. And, you know, Usopp uses the exploding star. This could be good. This could be good. Like, I would love to see that, man. I don't want Zoro or Luffy or Sanji to kind of step in and save him. I want Usopp to take this one on, man. But speaking of Mr. Five, I like how old boy is just very to the point. If you look, Vivi's getting ready to sneak up on him. She's flipping. And he's like, look, calm down. And he just reaches out, just cool, calm, and collected. Kind of like Kaname from Bleach. Cool, calm, and collected, and just grabs her by the throat. I like that. I like that right there, man. He's got one hand in the pocket, like just no chill. No chill, doesn't care. I like that. It just shows how high above he is in everybody that's fighting right now. You know, the difference between them. And this is why I would rather see Luffy not out punch his way out of this. Obviously, they're going to come to blows, but let it be something more than Luffy just gets this magical power up and just wins, you know? Like, I can't wait to see this one, because the strongest person doesn't always win the fight. And we've seen Luffy be overpowered headed into the Grand Line. And now we have this situation. So I can't wait to see where this is going, but my chapter question is going to be this. What were you more impressed by? Were you more impressed by that duck deciding not to give up Vivi? Or are you more impressed by Usopp answering that call to action and trying to fight? But that's it for this review, guys. If you liked anything I had to say, as always, make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, and share. I'll greatly appreciate it. That's it. Thanks for watching Kryptonian Saiyan. Have an awesome day.